The cameras are rolling. The scripts are in their hands. And the Bridgerton cast cannot believe what they're reading. Some are screaming with excitement. Others have tears in their eyes. One actor literally threw their script in the air. What could possibly make the stars of the biggest period drama on Netflix react like this? The answer is finally here, and trust me, you're not ready for what's coming in season for part 1. Picture this. It's a normal Tuesday morning in London. The Bridgerton cast members wake up, make their coffee, check their phones. Then they see it. An email from Netflix. The subject line reads Bridgerton season 4 scripts confidential. Their hearts start racing. This is the moment they've been waiting for. This is what millions of fans around the world have been desperately wanting to know about. And now, finally, the secrets are about to be revealed. For months, the internet has been going crazy with theories. Who's the main love story this time? Which Bridgerton sibling gets their happily ever after? Will there be drama? Of course there will be drama. This is Bridgerton. But what kind of drama? The kind that makes you throw popcorn at your screen. The kind that makes you call your best friend at midnight. The kind that has you rewatching scenes over and over again. The cast knows all the answers now. And their reactions tell us everything we need to know about how incredible this season is going to be. The actors couldn't stay quiet. They had to share their excitement, even if they couldn't share the actual details. One cast member said their hands were shaking so badly they could barely turn the pages. Another admitted they read the entire first episode in one sitting, forgetting they had a lunch meeting. Someone else said they immediately called their co-star and just screamed into the phone for 5 minutes straight. No words, just screaming. That's the level of excitement we're talking about here. But here's what makes season 4 different. The cast keeps saying the same thing over and over. They keep using words like unexpected and bold and nothing like you've seen before. These are actors who have been part of Bridgerton from the beginning. They've seen the beautiful love story of Daphne and Simon. They watched Anthony and Kate's enemies to lovers' journey. They were there for Colin and Penelope's friendship turning into something more. They know what makes Bridgerton special. And they're telling us that season 4 takes everything we love and turns it up to 11. Let's talk about the moment these actors actually opened those scripts. We're not talking about calm, collected professionals here. We're talking about people who completely lost it. One actress described sitting in her garden, reading the first page, and literally gasping so loud her neighbor came over to check if she was okay. Another actor was on the tube in London when he got the digital script on his tablet. He had to get off 2 stops early because he couldn't stop smiling like an absolute madman and people were starting to stare. The energy is completely different this season. You can hear it in their voices when they talk about it. There's this mixture of pride and excitement and pure joy that comes through every single word. One cast member said it felt like reading the script for the first time all over again, even though this is their 4th season. That childlike wonder of discovering something magical. That feeling of knowing you're part of something truly special. That's what season 4 has brought back for them. And the thing is, they want so desperately to tell us everything. You can see them struggling in every interview. Their eyes light up. They lean forward. They start a sentence and then stop themselves because they've been sworn to secrecy. One actor joked that Netflix probably has their phone tapped just to make sure they don't accidentally spill the beans. Another said they've started having dreams where they reveal major plot points in their sleep and wake up in a panic. But even without giving away specific details, their reactions tell us so much. When asked about their character's journey this season, one cast member got emotional. Actually emotional. Their voice cracked. They had to take a moment to compose themselves. They said this season explores parts of their character they never thought they'd get to show. Deeper layers. More vulnerability. Real growth that feels earned and authentic. The chemistry between the cast is electric too. They keep talking about scenes they filmed together that push them as actors. Moments that require trust and bravery. Sequences that took days to get right because everyone wanted them to be absolutely perfect. This isn't just another season for them. This is the season where everything they built comes together in ways that will blow our minds. Asterisk, here's something nobody expected. One of the lead actors showed up on set for their first day of filming season 4, walked into the costume room, and completely froze. Not because the costume was bad, oh no, because it was so stunning, so different from anything their character had worn before, that it hit them all at once. This season represents a transformation, a shift, a whole new chapter. And it's not just reflected in the story. It's in every single detail of the production. The costume designer apparently created over 300 new pieces specifically for season 4 part 1. 300. That's insane when you think about it. But here's the kicker. Each costume tells a story. Each dress, each coat, each tiny accessory is a deliberate choice that mirrors what the characters are going through emotionally. One actress revealed that her character's color palette completely changes halfway through the season. And when she put on that first dress in the new color, she finally understood where her character was heading. The costume literally unlocked the performance. Then there's the sets. Oh my god, the sets! The production team built an entirely new location that's never been in Bridgerton before. The cast won't say what it is, but they cannot stop raving about it. One actor called it the most romantic place I've ever seen in my life. Another said filming there felt like stepping into a painting. They shot night scenes there that took 12 hours to complete, and nobody complained, not once. Because everyone knew they were creating something breathtaking, but the real magic happens in those quiet moments between takes. The cast shared stories about what it's like when the cameras stop rolling. How they'd stay in character sometimes, just sitting together in those incredible costumes, talking about their characters' motivations. One pair of co-stars admitted they'd run lines during lunch breaks, trying different approaches, experimenting with the emotional beats. They wanted every single moment to feel real and earned. There's this one scene that apparently everyone on set talks about. The cast won't describe what happens in it, but they all agree it's the most technically challenging sequence Bridgerton has ever attempted. It involved dozens of background actors, multiple camera angles, specific lighting that had to be perfect, and choreography that took weeks to rehearse. When they finally nailed it, the entire crew burst into applause. Some people were crying. The director called it a wrap on that scene, and everyone just stood there for a moment, knowing they'd created something unforgettable. Asterisk, now let's get to what really matters. What are the cast members dying for us to see? What moments keep them up at night with excitement, knowing that soon fans will finally experience them? One actor keeps bringing up a conversation scene. Just two characters talking. No dancing. No big dramatic music. Just words. But apparently, those words change everything. The actor said they've never been more nervous about audience reaction to anything in their entire career. Because this conversation is the heart of the entire season. Another cast member teased a ballroom scene that makes the previous Bridgerton balls look small. Imagine that! We've seen some pretty incredible balls already. The pageantry, the drama, the stolen glances across crowded rooms. But this one apparently has a twist that nobody will see coming. There's a moment in the middle of this ball where everything stops. The music, the dancing, everything. And what happens in that silence will have fans screaming at their screens. Here's what's beautiful though. The cast understands what Bridgerton means to people. They know it's not just a show. It's an escape. It's comfort. It's romance and drama and everything we need when the real world gets too heavy. So when they talk to fans, there's real love in their voices. One actress said she thinks about the fans constantly while filming. She imagines someone having a terrible day, coming home, turning on Bridgerton, and forgetting their troubles for a while. That responsibility weighs on her in the best way possible. The message they want fans to hear is simple but powerful. Season 4 Part 1 is a love letter to the fans who've supported the show from day one, to the people who've created fan art and theories and endless social media posts, to everyone who believes in the kind of love that Bridgerton represents. This season honors everything that came before while pushing into bold new territory. It respects the past while embracing the future. One cast member said something that really stuck with them during production. They said Bridgerton has always been about more than just period costumes and steamy scenes. It's about hope. It's about believing that people can change, that love can heal, that happy endings are possible even when everything seems impossible. Season 4 Part 1 delivers that message louder than ever before. So mark your calendars. Clear your schedules. Prepare your watch party snacks. Because when Season 4 Part 1 drops on Netflix, the Bridgerton cast promises you're going to feel everything: joy, heartbreak, surprise, and most importantly, that warm, fuzzy feeling that only Bridgerton can give. They've poured their hearts into this season, and they absolutely cannot wait for you to finally see what all the screaming has been about. So here's where we are. The scripts have been read. The costumes have been worn. The scenes have been filmed. The cast has given everything they have to bring Season 4 Part 1 to life. And now they're sitting back, watching the final cuts, and realizing that what they've created is something truly special. Something that's going to change the game for Bridgerton forever. But there's one last thing the cast wants you to know. One final message before you dive into this new season. They keep saying it in different ways, but it all comes down to the same idea. Go in with an open heart. Let go of your expectations. Forget everything you think you know about what a Bridgerton season should be. Because Season 4 Part 1 is going to surprise you in the best possible way. One actor put it perfectly. They said that when they first read the script, they had to read certain pages twice because they couldn't believe what they were seeing. Their brain couldn't process that the show was actually going there. And then they realized that's exactly why it works. That's exactly why this season is going to hit different. Because it takes risks. Because it trusts the audience to come along for the ride. Even when the ride takes unexpected turns, the countdown is officially on. Every day that passes brings us closer to the moment when we can finally experience what the cast has been raving about. When we can see those costumes in action. When we can watch those ballroom scenes unfold. When we can discover the secrets and surprises that have been kept locked away for so long. The cast has done their part. They've poured their souls into every scene, every line, every glance. And here's something special. The cast has been monitoring social media, reading fan theories, watching reaction videos to previous seasons. They know what the fandom wants. They know what questions need answers. They know which characters deserve more screen time and which relationships need exploration. And while they can't confirm or deny anything specific, they keep hinting that Season 4 Part 1 listens to the fans. Really listens. So when that release date finally arrives. When you settle into your couch with your snacks and your blankets and maybe your tissues, because let's be real, you're probably going to need them. Remember this. Remember the cast screaming when they read the scripts. Remember them getting emotional talking about their character journeys. Remember the crew applauding after that one perfect take. Remember that hundreds of people worked tirelessly to create something beautiful just for you. Season 4 Part 1 of Bridgerton is almost here. The cast has reacted. The excitement is real. The secrets are massive. And very soon, you'll understand exactly why everyone involved with this show cannot stop smiling. Get ready, stay tuned, and prepare for the Bridgerton season that changes everything. Only on Netflix.